Ladies and gentlemen, dear friends, if you haven't found your seats, please find your seats as soon as possible. So now we have 4 distinguished guests with us here, and they will be sitting on a podium, and the opening ceremony of our SoccerEx will soon begin. First of all, now let's give a big hand to welcome the SoccerEx China to host it in Zhuhai. Big hand to SoccerEx China, first time in Zhuhai. So on your seat, we have simultaneous interpreting headsets, so you can turn on the interpreting headsets with the guidance and support of our staff. So channel 1 is Chinese and channel 2 is English. So I've mentioned that I'd like to thank Zhuhai and I'd like to thank Jianhong for their great support for the event. And today we have a very beautiful venue, and the host has been very warm. And there is one clear example, because they've turned the weather into the British weather. There's the raining weather, which I'm sure that the British people are loving this weather. So that our host is very warm, and more importantly, the Chinese football and world football will be meeting together here. And the Secretary General Fatma Samoura is having a chat with Mr. Zhang Jian, and one is saying that the football has been in good progress, and Mr. Zhang said that we're just at the beginning of the progress. So in terms of the view of the football, I know that the Chinese football and world football are different, and we hope that we will see more progress in the Chinese football. And that's why SoccerEx has come to China, because the world football has seen the progress of Chinese football. And in today's meeting and tomorrow's meeting, I hope that with the conferences program arranged by our hosts, you will be able to get fruitful results out of the conference programs. And now let's introduce the distinguished guests. First is Tony Martin, the chairman of SoccerEx. Welcome. Next is the Secretary General of FIFA Council, Madame Fatma Samoura. And Mr. Zhang Jian, FIFA Council Member and CFA Senior Vice President and General Secretary. And also visited from our host is the member of the Standing Committee, the CPC Zhuhai Municipal Committee, Mr. Caiwu. And also I'd like to welcome Mr. Han Shengjian, Deputy Director General of Foreign Trade and Development Bureau of MOFCOM. And also Mr. Wang Xunzhang, Chairman of Guangdong Western Return Scholars Association and former National Executive Member of CPPCC. And we also have Mr. Zhou Guowei, Head of Sports Development Department of Sports Bureau of Macau, SAR Government. And also Mr. Xu Jianping, the Deputy Director General of Guangdong Sports Bureau, and Du Zhuo, the Deputy Secretary General of Zhuhai CPC Committee, and Mr. Ma Zhida, member of Macau Youth Affairs Committee, Wheat Park Hengqin Development Company, and Mr. Xu Rong, Vice President of Zhuhai Huafa Group, and Mr. Xi Xiaole, the President of Zhuhai Huafa Modern Service Investment Holdings. So now let's give the floor to the chairman of SoccerEx, Tony Martin, to deliver the opening remarks. Welcome.
Thank you very much. At last I got the right cue. Forgive me. Welcome to Zhuhai, the magnificent Zhuhai International Convention Center, and the very first SoccerEx event here in China. This rapidly growing city plays a key part in China's strategic economic development of the Greater Bay Area. And we're grateful to have Mr. Caiwu of the Zhuhai Municipal Committee with us this morning. SoccerEx China has been a long time coming, with a resolute and comprehensive national football plan, a stated goal to develop 50,000 schools specialising in football, an ambition to host the World Cup and to win it by 2050, and the biggest potential fan base anywhere in the world. China is currently the most relevant football market there's ever been. Anyone doing business in China will tell you it's vital to have the right regional support, and we're extremely grateful for the assistance afforded to us by our excellent partners from the local market. They're led by Daheng Development and Huafa Group, including a network of host partners, Huafa Sports, D-Sports and We Park Investments. We're also deeply indebted to our long-term friends and partners, La Liga, who are with us developing their major commitment and enthusiasm for the Chinese market, and the insurance specialist Loxton, who've supported SoccerEx in many countries for many years. I'm also delighted to welcome our new global title sponsor for both China and our upcoming North American event, the London Football Exchange. They are the first fully integrated football club and fan marketplace. Their exchange is based on connecting fans through the power of the blockchain. And if you, like me, have no idea what that means, we have a short video presentation that will help us learn more about the benefits this new technology will deliver for football.
The LFE is the world's first blockchain-based marketplace where fans can buy LFE tokens to receive exclusive access to the loyal fan experience whilst being part of the club. The LFE token is secured on the blockchain, a distributed ledger protected by secure computer code, and is fully transparent. The LFE market bypasses many of the current middlemen to offer better direct-to-fan services at a lower cost and with more security than any other program on the market. The London Football Exchange is the future of football, sport and the loyal fan experience. Join the LFE and be a part of the club at lfe.com.
So now you know. At SoccerEx, our mission is to regularly assemble the specialists that provide the know-how, knowledge and experience that will preserve and sustain the future of our beautiful game. SoccerEx is the fact-finding meeting place for football lovers. It offers a unique face-to-face networking and trading capability for businesses across the world that are participating in the development of the game. In our 23-year history, SoccerEx events have embraced football in all its forms and at all levels. From grassroots through to the domestic game, the professional leagues and the international scene, we've served over 200 countries and many thousands of clubs and their supporting businesses. We're honoured to have the Executive Vice Chairman and General Secretary of the Chinese Football Association, Mr. Zhang, speaking this morning. He's holding the reins of this new but rapidly intensifying football transformation. It'll be fascinating to understand the strategy and direction of a project that occupies government policy and will have such great consequence to the country that sustains the largest population in the world. We're privileged that FIFA value the importance of SoccerEx in the football calendar and regularly reinforce our events. We're fortunate that in a busy World Cup year, the Secretary General, Fatma, Samoura, has found time to address us this morning. FIFA has the essential role of safeguarding the well-being and standards of football. After her high-profile success in the UN, Ms. Samoura is now sharing her global understanding and experience and compassion with the sport that has the greatest impact on the free world. Taking on the daunting challenge of getting to grips with the political dynamics of 212 footballing countries and showing us how football can make a real social and humanitarian difference. She is the First Lady of Football in a century. Scrupulous and formidable, but very straightforward, and probably one of the nicest people you're ever likely to meet. Football is a great gift. Unfortunately, mankind has a habit of destroying the gifts that it's been given. Religion, friendship, nature, the environment, all polluted by bigotry and hatred and inequality, inhumanity, conflict, and even war. We know that football is the sport of choice for half the population and has a global reach of some 3 billion people across the world. This fascination and scope gives football a unique capability. If I may quote from the Chinese National Reform Plan, football will improve physical condition, enrich cultural life, promote the spirit of patriotism and collectivism, and is of great importance to the development of the economy, society, and culture. The financial benefits of such a vast and captivated audience are evident. But it's also important that the gift of football embraces the Chinese vision, and the football world continues to set a clear example, encourages our young fans, and remains honest, competitive, and reliable, whilst delivering comradeship and wholesome entertainment for the whole world. The business of football is just a few decades old, but it already represents the dominant part of the world sports market and a significant portion of the world's GDP. But like all major industries, its continued success depends on the commitment to innovation and investment. We're honoured to have Nasser Al Khelaifi, the president of the French football giants PSG, with us today. A man whose vision and investment has significantly impacted the modern football landscape and whose influence is set to be felt here in China following the new strategic partnership with Sports. But whether you're a major football club, a commercial entity, a football league, international competition, a leading corporation, major city, or even an entire country, the success and future of your football business is contingent on your ability to keep ahead of the game and encourage your customer base. At SoccerEx, you're making an investment in football that will surely secure a profitable return, but it'll also further advance the sport, have untold benefit to society, and I'm sure give you great pleasure. You're present at football's exclusive worldwide trading platform. Please enjoy your SoccerEx experience. Thank you.
Thank you, Tony. 谢谢。在中国体育界里面呢，有一种
So there is saying in the sports community, so we have small year and big year, so we have Olympic Games and World Cup, then that's big year. So of course this is a big year because in the next 2 months the World Cup will kick off. And FIFA has been very busy, I'm sure, because for them the preparation has been ongoing. And secondly, by 2022 there will be expanded team, and by 2026 there will be announcement of the bid. So I'm sure that FIFA has been very busy. So I'd like to thank FIFA for sending the Secretary General to be here. And now let's give the floor to the Secretary General of FIFA Council, Madam Fatma Samoura, to deliver the opening remark.
你好, dear football lovers, dear friends of football, a very good morning to you, Tony, SoccerEx Chairman, my dear friends from SoccerEx, dear David, so glad to be here. dear representative of the Zhuhai Municipal Committee, dear colleague, dear friend, Mr. Zhang representing the CFA in his quality of First Vice President and Secretary General, and more importantly, dear member of the FIFA Council. Honorable guests, ladies and gentlemen, my first word will be the word of thanks for having kindly invited me to join you here in Zhuhai. On behalf of FIFA, it's indeed for my colleagues and I a genuine pleasure. Only a few years ago, we know that this would seem unthinkable, to have so many key actors of the football world gathered here, of all places. And yet, we are here at the first SoccerEx China. Do you realize how strong a statement this is? That in such a short time, the world's most popular country has grown so fond of the game. It is certainly a testament of the power of football as a global unifier, as just described by Tony, but also of this country's commitment to embracing the most popular sport on earth. And this commitment, my good friends, is a sensational piece of news for everyone who loves the game. It is no secret that China plays a key role in FIFA's strategy to develop football around the world and make it accessible to all, and it must play. One of the goals we set in our strategy FIFA 2.0, the vision for the future, is very clear. By 2026, more than 60% of the world population will be participating in football. And how could we dream of achieving this without focusing on China, on 1.4 billion fans, or fans to be, of the beautiful game? Now I know that I'm saying here may seem to you a bit cynical. I know that some may hear this and assume that it comes down to a consumer market, to a private interest. Well, if that is the case, let me invite you to take a step back, to think about the core reason why we can even talk about a market, the reason why we all here. This is the thing about football. While it has evolved to become a gigantic business, its main asset is and will always be an intangible and public passion. If we are gathered here today, if each of us here has a job, for that matter, it's only because millions and millions of people are passionate about this game. This passion entails an enormous responsibility, one that FIFA, as a governing body of football, must be held accountable for. And we know that very well. And this is why, from the very start, the administration of FIFA firmly embraced a primary goal: to develop football everywhere. This is why we center so many efforts in the FIFA Forward program, a mechanism to fund football development across our 211 member associations in an efficient and transparent way. Until the end of 2017, FIFA Forward has already invested $665 million, which resulted in more than 700 projects being delivered around the world. These are not just numbers, they are lives. They are football pitches in areas that had never had one, organized youth and women leagues in places where this once sounds like a distant dream. We are conscious of the passion and the power of football. This is why FIFA committed to setting up a watertight bidding process. I know today is not the time to talk about FIFA World Cup 2026, but yet this is also a future country that will be hosting our crown jewel, the FIFA World Cup. A process that will be fair, ethical, objective and transparent from start to finish. It is FIFA duty. We know the degree of interest that football triggers, and it is our obligation to safeguard the game and its integrity at all levels. As I said, we are very aware of the colossal passion we are responsible for. This is why we have spent the last few years working tirelessly with the Russian authorities and the local organizing committee to set up a stage deserving the greatest show on earth, the FIFA World Cup. And I have no doubt Russia will be a success. This, coming back to the passion, is why I do not have a shadow of a doubt that football fans from around the globe will flock to Russia and have the time of their lives. You just have to look at the latest numbers, almost 2.2 million tickets sold, and the majority by fans from abroad. Because we know what we are about. We are not about market or politics. We are not even simply about sport either. It is much more powerful than that. We are about football. And if you are sitting in this audience here today, I'm sure you know exactly what I mean by this. Again, Ganjie, SoccerEx China, thank you for the invitation and the opportunity, and I wish all of you a wonderful stay in Zhuhai, and wish SoccerEx a fruitful couple of days conference here in Zhuhai. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Fatma Samoura. Just like what Tony Martin emphasized, that football is a beautiful kind of sport and also is a gift to mankind. And General Secretary of FIFA also mentioned that the Russia World Cup will be a success. And a lot of friends are asking me who will be the champion of this World Cup. And my British friends also ask me if the UK ever has a chance. Actually, we see that there is a joke on the internet. Several said we almost beat the #1 of Bundesliga. And Roman said we beaten the #1 of La Liga. And Liverpool said we are #4 in the Premier League and we beat our own #1. So as we can see, in the world of football, anything can happen. And we believe that this June in Russia, a lot of miracles will occur. And we do hope that the next miracle will happen in China. As the old Chinese saying goes, the latecomers will finally become the first. So now I would like to give the floor to Mr. Zhang Jian, the CFA Executive Vice President and General Secretary. Honorable Tony Martin, Chairman of SoccerEx, Honorable Madam Fatma Samoura, Secretary General of FIFA, honorable guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. April is the most beautiful month of the year. It is my great pleasure to gather here in the beautiful season together with all of you in Zhuhai for 2018 SoccerEx China. Here, on behalf of CFA, I would like to extend my warmest congratulations to the opening of this summit, and also I would like to express my warm welcome to you all. Football is the #1 sport in the world, with an extensive fan base in China. It is the common hope of all Chinese people to revitalize and develop football, which is also an important mission for China to facilitate growth of sports industry and build itself into a sports power. With the attention from the central leadership, China launched a series of reforms and measures to promote football as a sport and as a culture in China. Football has received high priority at national policy level. In the next few years, it will be the key phase for football development in China, and China Football Association will accelerate the pace for domestic football reform. In order to succeed, we need the concerted efforts from the whole society. We need the support, understanding, and investment from all circles. And we need a closer and more extensive international cooperation in this regard. I would like to thank SoccerEx and FIFA Group for holding the summit in China, gathering managers, entrepreneurs, and researchers in football from around the world to discuss core issues for the football industry in China. It also provides a golden opportunity to introduce in China their valuable experience and some of the best resources in the management, technology, business, and training of football, through discussions about the common issues, solutions, and pathways regarding football industry development. We look forward to insightful ideas and valuable suggestions, especially on the innovation and transformation of China's football, as well as its integration to the world football industry. In closing, I wish this event a full success. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much, and Vice Chairman. I would like to thank Jian, the title sponsor, as well as FIFA Group for their support to this event. Without their support in this great event, integrating the discussions and wonderful presentations and expos will not be possible. Zhuhai is a great city, and Zhuhai wishes to earn its own name card with sports, especially football. And we believe that not long afterwards, there will be very strong football teams and more great football stadiums in Zhuhai City. The next speaker is Caiwu, member of the Standing Committee of CPC Zhuhai Municipal Committee. Honorable Fatma Samoura, Secretary General of FIFA, Honorable Tony Martin, Chairman of SoccerEx, Honorable Zhang Jian, CFA Executive Vice President, and Jian, Deputy Director General of Administration of Sports of Guangdong. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Today, we gathered in the beautiful city of Zhuhai to witness the opening of SoccerEx China 2018. This is a good opportunity for us to discuss the future of football and to promote the development of football industry. On behalf of Zhuhai Municipal Government and CPC Committee, I would like to extend a warm congratulations to the opening of this event. And also, I would like to express my warm welcome to all the guests who come from afar. I would also like to pay tribute to everyone committed to the development of football industry. Football is known as the #1 sport and also the most influential individual sport in the world. We Chinese people have a special passion for football. Cuju, an ancient Chinese football game, is the earliest form of today's football ever recorded in history. Zhuhai is located in the central part of Guangdong, Hong Kong, Macau, Greater Bay Area, the most economically developed region in China, and it is also one of the earliest established special economic zone in China. This city has been attracting worldwide attention with its beautiful environment, as well as its open and inclusive nature. In recent years, with an aim to become a city of sports, Zhuhai has been pushing forward with sports development, including football. We achieved the 4 targets of the 13th Five-Year Plan for providing sound public services to enhance our people's fitness. For example, we make sure that people can enjoy the benefits of sports facilities within 10 minutes of walking distance from where they live in the city. And there will be a sports and fitness zone covering 10 miles in rural areas. Last year, Zhuhai's special plan for football reform and development during the 13th Five-Year Plan was issued, which states that the city will make efforts to develop football-related service industry and support the football training industry in order to integrate football industry with other industries. In the next 5 years, the number of football fields in Zhuhai will exceed 300, which means there will be 1 to 2 football fields for every 10,000 Zhuhai citizens. We also plan to cultivate over 10 football clubs under good governance, establish a large football training base serving South China, and set up over 50 schools specializing in football for the youth to make sure that 50% of our primary and secondary school students can play football on a frequent basis. We also would like to contribute to the emergence of 1 to 2 local brands specialized in site management, training, matches, and tourism of the football industry, which will play a key role in creating the Zhuhai, Hong Kong, Macau football community.
SoccerEx is a leader in the World Football Conference. So this is the first time that SoccerEx has come to China, and it is hosted in Zhuhai. So we'll be able to bring the resources, expertise in the football world, and also it will bring in the research results and experiences of the top clubs in Europe. And it will also input new impetus for the development of the sports in the Greater Bay Area. And Zhuhai is happy to with all of you in order to build a more complete football industry system so that there can be new momentum for the future development of the football industry and also furthering the development of the global football business. And lastly, I'd like to thank SoccerEx for choosing Zhuhai and wish SoccerEx China a great success, and also welcome again all the friends from all over the world, and I wish all of you have a pleasant stay in Zhuhai. Thank you. Thank you. So the opening ceremony has come to an end, and the more fascinating program is actually outside. So we have a lot of prologue sessions, we have exhibitions, and there will be a lot of sharing of the views regarding the Chinese football and world football. So I hope that you will be able to enjoy the feast provided by SoccerEx. Thank you. Now it's the end of the opening ceremony.